Are you getting anything? Okay, now to measure cell, we select cell A1, cell B1, cell C1, cell D1. Remember, you use your white cross to select. So using your white cross, you select cell A1, cell B1, cell D1. And then on the alignment group, you select merge and center. Then your cells are merged. So I'm going to enter the heading. Okay, now in the next row in cell B2, we type Jan for January. And using the field handle, in many exercises, you are asked to use the field handler. You've got exam 1 and you are asked to use the field handle. Using the field handle means type the heading, right? Then point at the bottom right corner of the heading. Then you get the little hair black cross, we call it the field handle, okay, or autofill. Now using autofill or the fill handle, you hold down and you drag your mouse, then you get January, February, up to March. Okay? Check it out. For the row labels, I've got car 1. Now, the same applies. If I have car 1 and I point at the bottom right corner of that cell with car 1, hold down and drag, I get car 1 up to 4. That's using the fill handle. Okay. Now in cell E1, in cell E2, we type the heading, total sales. Now you see that total sales is not fitting in that in this cell, right? Now adjusting your column width, you click and drag. It's either it's bigger than it's fitting. Alternatively, you can go to the alignment group and use wrap text. Then your data is fitted in 2 lines. Okay? Now we need some data. Now my data, it's sales, right? So it means it's money, okay? So we select this data and we give it a currency style. We're supposed to give it a currency style rands. Okay? So as a number group, you get the currency style dollars instead. Okay? Now to change from dollars to rands, you go to more accounting formats. And at symbol, that's where you change your symbol from dollars to rands. The list is a bit long and you scroll through until you find the currency R for rands. And we click OK. Then our currency style is in rands. Now, applying your borders around your table. Okay, select a check. I select this. Okay, I select the block and I go to the font group and I select the borders here. There's thick border, but instead of just going to thick border, now what's this one? I still go to borders, but I go to the last item, which is more borders. If you go to more borders, you are able to select your different border styles. I'm still selecting the same one, but in a different color. So apply the color and I apply it outside as an outside border. And then the inside borders, I select the double thin line and I also give them a different color shade and apply them inside and click OK. Okay. Now, as for your headings, with your headings, we select your headings and you are asked to apply text orientation. Check. If you click on the AB with an arrow on the alignment group, you find your text orientation, right? There you can use your angle counterclockwise, angle clockwise, vertical, rotate, text up, down. Okay. But then, okay, let me use this one. Ooh, this mouse is run very fast. Okay, but then alternatively, you can launch. Check. When you launch, you can change your text orientation in degrees and click OK. So if you did select the headings and go to launch alignment, you change your orientation to 90 degree and click OK, then it looks like that. Okay, that's text orientation. Now, calculating using Excel. Now, the function to edit sum, we can type equal sign and type the function name sum, open bracket, select the range, and close bracket. Okay? And we just copy the formula. Now, getting the hashtags there doesn't mean you didn't get the right answer. It just means your cell width is not big enough to fit the figures, right? Come and sit here. Who's there? Come and sit here. Come and sit here. Come and sit here now. Just for now. Come and sit here just for now. Okay, now to autofill check, if you're selecting this column, and you go to format and you select column with autofit, then your figures are showing and your column is adjusted. Okay, so adjusting your column with, but you have to watch this. Sit there and watch for now. Okay, adjusting your column width means you can either point between your column headings. Check if I'm pointing between C and D of column C and D, my pointer changes to a double-headed arrow. Now using that arrow, I click and I drag, then my column is adjusted. Okay, but you can see that it's leaving a lot of space. So if I want to auto fit it, I still select the column and I go to format and I select auto fit, then auto fit adjust it such that it's smaller. And it's fitting the contents. That's auto fit. So know how to auto fit, know how to apply your borders, know how to change your text orientation, know how to wrap text, and how to merge and center. Okay? Now, and also know how to use the function sum, mean, max, and average. Now, let's look at this. In this sales, if you want the highest sales or the maximum sale, and we are also interested in the lowest sales and the average sale. Now, this is how we do it. You first position your mouse pointer where the highest sale must be calculated. Now, you either type your equal sign, the function to return the highest figure in a list is max. So you type it max, you open bracket, you select the range, and you close bracket, it gives you max. That's one way of doing it, okay? Another way of doing it, you just go to auto sum top right on your ribbon. At auto sum, you select the function max. There's a function max. And it automatically types, your Excel automatically types equals to sum, and it selects the range. Now, this is a suggested range. So if the suggested range is not correct, you reselect the range to get the correct range, and you click enter. Okay? You do the same for max. If you go to auto sum, we get mean. And now check, the suggested range for mean is definitely not correct. It's B8. So the suggested range is, if it's not correct, you reselect the range and you just press enter. So whichever way it's simpler, use it. So for average, it's the same procedure. It's equals to, but now for average, let's go to FX. If you go to FX, you see that Excel has got built-in functions, and under the category most recently used, there's average. But if it was not in the list, you just go to category. You see the categories is financial, date and time, maths and trick, statistical, and your average is a statistical function. You can go to statistical function and search for average, but it's just on top on the list. We just select it and click OK. Then it brings this. Now, the suggested range here is definitely not correct. Then you select the correct range for your average and you click OK. So you either use FX, you either go to AutoSum, or you either type the function if you know and put it in and type in the range, or you go to formulas and get your formula to calculate. Okay? They all work. So when we're done with the formula, remember, you just copy the results. My mouse here is a little bit fast. There. Okay. And now representing this data on a chart. Okay, it's another topic, but we can still deal with it in this check. You select the data that you want to chart. Check now, if you don't select the data that you wish to chart, then your chart will be empty. Okay, so you first select the data, then you go to insert menu, then you select the chart. Let's use a column 3D chart. There's a column 3D chart. Okay, now your 3D chart has got a legend and it's at the bottom. Now the legend is the one that with colors that indicates what color is represented on what is the item that is represented on the chart. Okay, now your legend, you can position it on the bottom, on the left, or on the right. So if you go to add chart elements, you select legend, and let's position the legend on the right. Then you select right, then your legend is on the right. Now, if you want to move this chart to your new sheet, we go to Move Chart on the ribbon of the chart, and we select New Sheet. Then the chart is on the new sheet, and we can rename the sheet to car sales chart. Okay. Now, formatting your chart, you can change the colors, you can change the chart style. Okay, we can use any chart style there. And my legend asset must be on the right. Now, if you are using, check, I'm going to change this chart type to the pie chart. Then it looks like this. And the pie chart is more proper with the labels, unlike your column chart, if you have noticed. So the labels on the column chart, I remove them, but they are okay on the pie chart, but not on the data labels. I select none, then they are gone. You see that? So you can add labels to your chart. You can add a legend to your chart to describe your chart. And that's it about the chart for now. But then you can also format your chart by, if you select your chart and go to your fonts, let's change this font size. You can increase the font size as well and change the font type as well. Okay. Now, lastly, that was the problem in your exam, was your header and a footer. So inserting your header and a footer, we go to Insert menu. Okay, at the Insert menu, we go to Header Footer. Now check, your header or footer will either be on the left or the center or at the right area, okay? Now, if you look at the elements that can be added on your chart, it can be page number, it can be number of pages, it can be current date, date and time, file path, file name, sheet name. Check, I'm going to add the sheet name at the bottom of a page, right? So I go to footer. Now at footer, we select page number. Okay, and there's a page number at the bottom. Okay, we can also use sheet name. I'm going to use sheet name this time. Go to footer and I select sheet name instead of page number. Now check, it writes the name of the sheet, sheet 1. But now when I change the name of the sheet to car sales and press enter, it automatically changes the name of the sheet name. You see that? Because the sheet name is connected to your header. All right. And then, but then in the exam, you are asked to insert a header as your student number or as your surname. Okay. So you can either place it on the right or on the left. Check. And the initials on the right. There. There's the header. Okay. Now, and that's it for the today.